The three friends traveled to Cave City in Kentucky. In the spring of 1993, a group of friends set out on what was supposed to be an exciting adventure in Cave City, Kentucky. Little did they know that their trip would end in tragedy, forever changing their lives and the world of cave exploration. At the center of this story is William Coughlin, a 27-year-old environmentalist from Oak Forest, Illinois. William was known for his love of nature and outdoor activities. He worked for the Federal Environmental Protection Agency, driven by his passion for protecting the environment. His mother, Marge, often spoke of William's special affection for feral animals and his enthusiasm for camping and photography. William's journey into the world of caving began innocently enough. A friend introduced him to a small cave near his home, and their initial exploration was carefree. They spent a few hours navigating the cave without any equipment, and no issues arose. This boosted their confidence, leading them to believe they could tackle more technical caves. However, their lack of knowledge about caving accidents and proper safety measures would prove to be a fatal oversight. Fascinated by the idea of discovering a whole new world beneath the surface, William and his friends, James Jacala and Kevin Felly, decided to plan a more ambitious caving trip. They set their sights on Buzzard Roost Cave in Cave City, Kentucky, known for its diverse cave systems and tourist attractions. Cave City was an intriguing destination, offering a blend of above-ground attractions like shops, restaurants, and museums, as well as an extensive network of underground caves. The group chose Buzzard Roost Cave because it looked the most exciting in the brochure. However, they failed to realize that this cave, with its dangerous drops and tight spaces, was not suitable for beginners. On May 28, 1993, the group arrived in Cave City, coinciding with the busy Memorial Day weekend. Excited about their adventure, they signed release forms without fully understanding the risks involved. The lack of proper risk communication would later become a crucial point of discussion in the aftermath of the tragedy. The friends began with a leisurely historic tour, guided by Dave Harden. Emboldened by this experience, William, James, and 4 others decided to join the more challenging Wild Cave tour. They paid the guide and signed additional forms, still unaware of the true dangers that lay ahead. Before starting the Wild Cave tour, each participant was given 2 flashlights. The guide emphasized the importance of staying together and following his lead closely. However, the lack of essential safety gear such as helmets and proper lighting should have been a red flag. As they entered the cave, William and his friends were thrilled by every twist and turn. The initial part of the tour went smoothly, and they reached the halfway point without incident. However, as they began to descend into the lower parts of the cave, the technical aspects of the tour became more challenging. The group encountered a series of ladders, each presenting its own set of difficulties. The first was a 30-foot hanging cable ladder with wooden rungs. William, standing 6 feet tall and weighing over 200 pounds, found himself repeatedly wedged in the initial tunnel. The second ladder, though shorter at 20 feet, proved even more challenging as it required squeezing between 2 tight rock walls. As they progressed deeper into the cave, they faced a 25-foot aluminum ladder against a rock wall, followed by a 10-foot aluminum ladder. It was at this point that the situation took a tragic turn. William, eager to capture the experience, decided to take pictures of the group. As the guide explained the safe way down the 4th ladder, William moved away for a better angle. Unknowingly, he stepped onto an unstable ledge. In a horrifying moment, the ledge gave way under his weight, and William plummeted backwards into the cave. The fall was devastating. William tumbled approximately 50 feet, smashing his head on the cave floor. The impact immediately knocked him unconscious, leaving his friends and fellow cavers in a state of shock and panic. The cave guide quickly called for help on his radio, urgently seeking assistance for the injured William. As they waited anxiously for rescue, William regained consciousness but was disoriented and in extreme pain. He had suffered a severe head injury and was bleeding profusely. The other group members tried to comfort William while they waited for help. The cave guide attempted to provide basic first aid, but the situation was dire. William needed urgent medical attention, and the group was deep inside the cave. making it challenging for rescue teams to reach them quickly. Time seemed to stretch endlessly as they waited for help to arrive. The group did their best to make William comfortable in the harsh cave conditions, huddling around him and offering words of comfort. Their voices echoed in the cave, making the situation feel even more isolated and urgent. After what felt like an eternity, the distant sounds of the rescue team's approach could be heard. The cave guide used a handheld radio to update them on William's condition and the cave layout. The rescue crew, fully geared up, began their descent, skillfully maneuvering through tight spots and ladders to reach William. Upon assessing his condition, the rescue team understood the gravity of the situation. They carefully secured William on a stretcher and began the arduous process of extracting him from the cave. The once thrilling adventure had turned into a nightmare, with William's life hanging in the balance. The rescue effort was a complex operation involving dozens of workers. It took several hours to remove William's body from the hole in the cave. Finally, at 2:30 p.m. on Monday, nearly 19 hours after the accident, William was brought out of the cave. Tragically, William Coughlin succumbed to his injuries the next day. The coroner, Mike Swift, determined that the cause of death was compressive and positional asphyxia. Although William had also suffered a contusion to the head, it was the trapping in the cave that ultimately led to his demise. The impact of William's death rippled through the caving community and beyond. It sparked intense discussions about cave tour safety, the effectiveness of warnings, and the responsibilities of both guides and adventurers in such high-risk activities. In the aftermath of the tragedy, investigations were launched into the incident. Questions were raised about the adequacy of the safety measures in place at Buzzard Roost Cave. The lack of proper equipment, such as helmets and additional light sources, came under scrutiny. The legal implications of the incident were significant. It was discovered that the release forms signed by William and his friends did not clearly outline the extent of the dangers they would face in Buzzard Roost Cave. This revelation opened up the possibility of legal action against the cave owners. William's death led to changes in cave tour safety protocols. There was a renewed emphasis on thorough briefings, proper gear, and a keen awareness of potential dangers. The caving community recognized the need for better education and preparation, especially for novice cavers. The tragedy deeply affected William's family and friends. His mother, Marge Coughlin, shared stacks of pictures of her son and the nature scenes he had taken over the years as an amateur photographer. She recalled his early interest in camping and gardening, and how his love for nature had shaped his life and career choices. William's childhood friend, Jim Jacala, who was with him on the fateful trip, later reflected on the experience. He described it as a big adventure for them, acknowledging that they were aware of some risks, but not fully prepared for the dangers they would face. The funeral services for William were held at the Blake Lamb Funeral Home in Oak Lawn. Family and friends gathered to remember a young man who, in the words of his sister Debbie Schlesinger, died doing what he most enjoyed. The tragedy of William Coughlin serves as a somber reminder that even in pursuit of our passions, we must never underestimate the power of nature or the importance of proper safety measures. If you found this video informative and want to learn more about similar events that have shaped safety protocols in adventure sports, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our latest uploads. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next video.